My name is Smita Premchander, and I'm the country leader for this research on women's economic empowerment and violence against women in two countries, in Nepal and in Myanmar. In both the countries, we have a standardized methodology. So we have this research spread over a large number of women across a wide range of economic categories. So the first set of women that we cover are from the lower income quintile. And here in Nepal, we have taken the entertainment sector women in the Tamil region. In Myanmar, we are talking to a group of people in the garment industry just outside Yangon, where migrant girls come and they work in factories in that area. So this would be the lower income category of women. Then we talk to upper and middle income women, and in both countries, Nepal and Myanmar, we are talking to women who are professionals, so they may be bank employees or workers in the formal sector, and then we are talking to women who are entrepreneurs, who have their own businesses and therefore have more control over, likely to have more control over decision making than those who work inside homes. Then the third strand in each of the countries is looking at a program and a program intervention. So in Nepal, we are talking to the Integrated Women Development Program beneficiaries. This is a government program implemented by the government for many years. It's spread all over Nepal. And for the last 4 years, DFID, which is the UK aid agency, has actually been supporting the Nepal government to reduce violence against women. So in this program, we get an insight on how a program to reduce violence against women, but also has elements of having supported them to improve their incomes. What impacts does economic support and support for reduction of violence have on women's lives? Now, this is something that we're looking at also with what in Nepal is the Gender Equality and Social Inclusion Framework, which actually outlines that if women come together in groups, then their voice is increased. Then they're able to articulate and they're able to share with one another, and a problem of gender-based violence, which is primarily house-based or community-based, but we don't talk about it, actually gets talked about. So just by making a problem that nobody speaks about, making people vocal about it, offering forums where you can talk about it, a lot of reduction can happen just right there. So these are some of the links that are likely to come out. Many more links may come out because it's primarily a qualitative research, which looks at the links between women's economic empowerment and violence, and also tracks when violence comes down and how it comes down, but also how it can go up, because in patriarchal societies, when women do come out and start controlling cash and start becoming more mobile and start taking less permission from their households, husbands, mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, things like that, then violence can also increase. So this is one of the strands. This is the way that we will explore in both the countries the questions in our research.
Thank you. And are you working with partners in both countries? Who's involved in the team?
In both countries, we have a very wide range of partners. So in Nepal, we have the government, as I told you, we have DFID taking very close interest in Nepal. They're even going to the field with us and they're learning as we go along in the research. DFID and the government will themselves learn, and both organizations have told us that whatever they are learning from this research, they will both use in further programming. DFID will use it to improve and fine-tune its economic assistance program to the government and also its gender-based violence program. Similarly, the IWDP, the government, is looking to revive its program and to refine it, and they are therefore engaged with us in the research to see how they can improve the violence reduction or the economic empowerment improvement aspects of its program. So those are two very key partners. Then we are partnering with NGOs. So NGOs like Raksha Nepal, who work with entertainment industry people. Raksha Nepal has always been looking at and they work on the ground, but they don't actually track impact systematically. So for them, the value of the project, some researchers like the University of Portsmouth or IMC bring in, is the fact that for the first time we are exploring scientifically and asking about the links between women's economic empowerment and violence, and this for an NGO is very valuable input. They certainly look to using it. Similarly, we work with the Federation of Women Entrepreneurs Association. In Nepal, they will connect us to the middle and upper income people, and some industry associations that, let's say, will connect us to professional bankers, or NCEL is a company which we don't know right now whether they will respond or not, but similar companies will connect us to their employees. And all these organizations have come forward because they have a very keen interest in knowing these links. This is an area with very little already existing research. So the partners working with us in Nepal are very interested in finding out the results. Similarly, in Myanmar, we have a huge interest from UNDP, for instance. UNDP runs a program where 20,000 women are organized all across Myanmar into self-help groups which do savings and business development. Now, these women are actually connected for economic programs, and again, UNDP is very keen on reducing violence, and GBV impact is very important for UNDP, but the awareness about gender-based violence is very low. So they will use our program and their collaboration with it to actually find out about different types of violence. It's one of the questions that we are asking in a quantitative survey in Myanmar, and what they are going to do with that is that they will feed back the results to the women themselves. So let's say if 200 women respond and say whether they are being screamed at or beaten or eaves teasing or any form of violence, the first thing that will happen is that these results will be consolidated, fed back to them, and then they will actually realize the incidence of violence within their society. So these are the kind of things that UNDP is very excited about, that our research can immediately help not only to shape UNDP's response to gender-based violence, but also women's own awareness and response to such incidents. And then there is the Gender Equality Network in Myanmar, which has a very wide range of organizations connected with gender equality as an agenda, and the GEN network will also use our findings to create their policy and programs. So in Myanmar also we expect very good results of the program. Also on the NGO side are AKIA, which is an organization that works to reduce violence against women, and the Industry Association of Women Entrepreneurs. Again, both these organizations are very, very interested. In fact, the message from the Industry Association is that middle and upper income class women, they also face a lot of violence, but they don't talk about it because of the stigma attached to talking about it. And our research will actually help to remove that stigma and help them to generate discussions which women are not really talking about earlier. So this they already see as a huge benefit for them, and they're very interested in holding workshops and focus group discussions along with our project to actually enable women to talk about these things and share them.
Thank you. And so, what stage have things reached? When can we expect news on some of the findings of the research?
So the first strand is already finishing in Nepal, and the first results will start coming in. But I think that July to September will be the phase when we will collect most of our data. And then we need to analyze it and look at it. So I think by November, December will be the time that we can start sharing our preliminary findings with external people. But final results may be after March 2017.
Thank you very much. We look forward to hearing more about it as the results come through.
Thank you.